Helium 10, Jungle Scout, Viral Launch, and AmazeOwl. Which is most accurate? What can each do? And what does each cost? But most importantly, which one should you be using for your product research? What's happening, guys? I'm Dan Rogers. If you're new here, a big welcome to the channel. We're going to be putting these 4 tools, as you saw on the thumbnail, to a test. We're going to be benchmarking them against one of my own products. Since I know the actual sales number, we can use that as a good benchmark to see which tool is the most accurate. I'm also going to be sharing a couple of tricks I've learned along the way. By the end of this video, you should be clear on which is best in terms of accuracy, cost, expansion, or your ability to leverage into other areas with the tool, and user experience. So those 4 areas. Now quickly before we start the test, I have partnered with these tools, so you can, if you use the link in the description below, get between like 15 and 50% off of the cost of those tools. Now that does help the channel, but it's at no extra cost to you. So if you're interested after this, check the description below. But number 1, accuracy. Here's a screenshot for the past month for a specific ASIN of mine. And we're going to be focusing on the sales estimates all these tools give us back when I research that same product. I'm also going to repeat the test for the UK as well, for those of you interested in the Europe markets. So at the top left here, you can see the real sales numbers for this product. So I'm going to keep it there just as a reference for us. But with 547 orders, 719 units at $26,089 in revenue and 20.2 daily sales average. Now unit sales is our benchmark. You can see there we have orders, but we also have unit sales. And when we research products as sellers, we're looking for unit sales. We want to know how many of those individual units go out the door every month. But because there are these 2 metrics, orders, and then some people buy multiple units in a single order, it's quite difficult for the tools to estimate properly between those 2 metrics. So with that in mind, let's see how these tools did. Number 1, Viral Launch. They actually placed first with an estimate of 634 sales per month, which is 21.1 daily sales. Viral Launch underestimated by 11.8% overall. Jungle Scout came in a close second and gave us an estimate of 632 sales per month, 26 daily sales, and Jungle Scout underestimated by 12.1%, so pretty similar. Helium 10 on the other hand came in third with 492 monthly sales, which is 16.4 daily sales, and Helium 10 underestimated by 31.6% here. And AmazeOwl, they came in 4th with an estimate of 10 daily sales, which would be 300 monthly sales, and they underestimated by 58.3%, so a big underestimation. So I couldn't help but notice the similarity between Viral Launch and Jungle Scout here. I wanted to point something out because I was looking at those numbers. But if we try find the midpoint between total sales and total orders, what we're going to do is deduct that 719 minus 547, and we're actually going to get 172. And if we divide that number by 2, we're going to get 86. And if we then deduct that 86 from our total sales number, we're going to get 633. Viral Launch gave us 634, and Jungle Scout gave us 632. So I assume they're using something along these lines. They're using a system that is looking at both those metrics and combining them in some way for the best possible estimate. Now, Helium 10, on the other hand, seems to track orders rather than the unit sales. At 492, it's not that far off the 547 monthly orders that we have. And this is quite a conservative approach if that's what they're doing. I personally like this approach. I would rather have under rather than over estimations. Now, AmazeOwl is quite far off in this case. And it's not always like this, but at 300 monthly sales, it must be tracking the orders amount rather than the total sales. In this case, it's by far the most conservative. So I would say that AmazeOwl lost this battle, but AmazeOwl is much more focused on market research in terms of market evaluation rather than single product evaluation. Now in the UK, I ran the same exact test, but in this instance, I wanted to point this out, which is really important. The product in the UK usually sells 1 unit per order. So the prior test for the US product you saw there had often multiple units being ordered in one order, making it a bit more challenging and confusing. In this case, it's usually 1 unit per order, and this is what happened. Amazingly, Helium 10 was 100% accurate this time. Viral Launch underestimated, but only by 7%, and Jungle Scout overestimated by 7%. AmazeOwl overestimated by 20% this time on the daily sales estimate. So overall for accuracy, and having used these tools for some time myself, not just based on this test, this is how I would rate the tools based on my own approach. Number 1 is Helium 10. I would give them a 9 out of 10. They have strong conservative estimates, and again, I would rather have conservative estimates. It's also the best tool for Europe. Viral Launch, I'd give a 9 out of 10. They also have strong estimates. Jungle Scout, again, 9 out of 10. Strong, but they can lean towards overestimating sometimes. And AmazeOwl, I will give them a 7 out of 10 here. AmazeOwl is good at product research. They definitely underestimate at times, but they make up for this with the depth of their market evaluation. Now, accuracy is not the only thing we need to look at. What about cost? You guys probably already know, if you're already selling, you know those $29.99s are always running out of your bank account. And cost is important. You want to keep control of this. Most of these tools allow you to sign up for different variations. You have different packages and bundles of tools within their suite. Sometimes you can even a la carte put them together yourself. So to keep this as fair as possible, what I wanted to do is a minimum, a bare minimum approach. So maybe you're a new seller, you want to spend as little as possible. So in my opinion, there's 2 vital things you need. 1 is a Chrome extension, and 2 is a product database. So I went to the bare minimums of how you could get those 2 things from each tool, and these are the numbers or the costs per month that you can expect. And also bear in mind, we're going to go with the paying annually approach to keep that cost as low as possible. So Helium 10's Chrome extension is called X-Ray, and you can get this for $170 a year, and the product database is called Black Box, which you can get for $370 a year. So overall, the monthly cost of that is $45, and you would have both of those features with Helium 10. Then you have Viral Launch's Chrome extension and product database. These are also called Product Discovery and Market Intelligence, and they would cost you $42 per month. Jungle Scout, on the other hand, does not have this type of a la carte solution. They rather have a standard $49 a month, which is going to give you access to those features, a Chrome extension, a database, but also quite a few other tools within their suite. So I think there's good value there. And AmazeOwl. Now, AmazeOwl has a growth plan, which is their smaller plan after the free plan. And this would give you access to pretty much everything for $12.99 a month, so by far the lowest here. Now, one caveat to that is you will not have a Chrome extension. AmazeOwl does not have a Chrome extension currently. So you would want to bolt on a different one, either from Jungle Scout or Helium 10, for example, Helium 10 X-Ray, which you can get for $170 a year, which is $14.20 per month. So your overall cost would be $27.19 per month to have the AmazeOwl growth plan and also your Helium 10 X-Ray Chrome extension. So you'd have both in that instance as well. So in terms of competitive pricing alone, so we're just looking at cost and keeping it as low as possible. AmazeOwl's definitely going to win here. AmazeOwl mixed with either your Jungle Scout or Helium 10 extension. That's going to be followed then by Viral Launch, and then Helium 10, and lastly Jungle Scout. I have to give AmazeOwl 10 out of 10 on this one. There is no tool that even comes close to the low cost that they provide. Viral Launch, I'm going to give 8 out of 10 here. Helium 10, I'm also going to give 8, and I'm also giving Jungle Scout 8 out of 10 here. Now remember, that's just based on the price being low. But if we look at value here, so what you actually get for that price point, Jungle Scout's a clear winner. You literally have access to their full suite of tools at that price, including, of course, product research, but also keyword research, also inventory management, also listing building and things like that. So at this price point, no one is offering more value than Jungle Scout. Now, the next aspect I want to go into is features and expansion or expandability. And remember, minimum cost is one thing, but you also want to be able to, as you would with a supplier, you want to be able to leverage that relationship going forward. You don't want to just do one product with them. Once you know them and you have their contact details, you know how to communicate with them, you have them as a beneficiary in your bank, you have all of the systems set up, you want to leverage that going forward. And it's the same with tools, especially because e-commerce is not only about product research. You've also got keyword research, you've got to build listings, you've got to manage inventory. So there's all these other factors, and it's best to have them under one roof. And so here, what we're looking at is the flagship bundles that these tools offer you. So they say, sign up for this amount, you have access to basically our full suite. So in terms of those, what features do those flagship bundles offer and how much are they going to cost you? So let's start with Jungle Scout, as it's actually in fact exactly the same as we just discussed. $49 a month and you're going to gain access to everything in their suite. So from product research, keyword research, to building listings, follow-up emails, and even alerts. So really good package at a lower price. With Helium 10, they have something called the Platinum Plan. This is going to cost you $80.80 a month if you pay annually, and it gives you access to pretty much everything. Product, keyword research, listing building, inventory tools, even 5,000 follow-up emails per month. So a very comprehensive package on one of the very best tools available currently. Then Viral Launch. Viral Launch has something called the Pro Bundle, and at $71 a month, you'll gain access to their product and keyword research tools. You'll also be able to use listing building and optimization. And AmazeOwl. So AmazeOwl has one plan above Growth Plan called the Established Plan. And here for $19.99 a month, you'll gain access to pretty much all the features on AmazeOwl, but also faster load times. And I know a lot of you are probably going to be excited about that because AmazeOwl can be a bit sluggish at times. Okay, so having gone through all the features in those and the price points, I want to go over the value of each. So I'm going to rate them out of 10 again for their flagship bundles, which are most likely the bundles that you're going to purchase. Jungle Scout, I'm giving a 9 out of 10. It's super good value. They're good tools at a competitive price. The tools could be better in some areas. Helium 10 gets an 8 out of 10 here. They have hefty tools, but a price tag to match. It is expensive, but you're paying for the best, very refined suite of tools here. AmazeOwl's getting an 8 out of 10. They have limited tools compared to the others, but it is at an unbeatable price. There's nothing in the market even close. And Viral Launch, 7 out of 10 here. Great tools, but limited access to their suite at this price point. I thought they would have offered as many as some of their competitors offered here as well. And lastly, I want to touch on usability. This is so important. This includes things like the ease of use, the navigation, where things are. Is it intuitive or not? Are there glitches, sluggishness, or lag while using the tools? Things like that. Now at this point, I'm also going to include a couple tricks and tips, things you can do if you're using one of these tools to just optimize the effectiveness of using that tool as well. So having used these tools in some form or another, each for 1 year or longer, here's what I have found. Helium 10 is very intuitive. The dashboard's clean, it's neat, it's easy to jump to what you need when you need. Like you can see these filters here. Everything's very uniform and just where you expect it to be. It allows you to save products to a shortlist really quickly and easily. So you have all your potential products in one place. It's not the simplest tool. There are advanced features. For example, you can search for products in all different ways, and that could be confusing to a newer user. But as you gain more experience, that is a very good thing. You would rather have those advanced features than not. Now, Helium 10 is a web app, so you go online to use this on the Helium 10 site. However, it is not only that, it has a Chrome extension, as you can see on screen here, and it has other very valuable features. You can see, for example, it always brings up this listing quality score over here. And above listings, when you're just scrolling along the results pages, it actually brings up a nice box which tells you where a product's categorized and that product's BSR. From this drop down, you can also select which tools from the Helium 10 suite you currently want to use. So for example, I could click on the profitability calculator and it will bring up a box where I can actually calculate profits. Things like that, very easy, uniform, neat, refined. It feels like it's been tested 1,000 times to iron out those creases and just give it a premium feel. Also, in terms of speed, which might not seem like a big thing now, but it can become a very big thing while doing your research, Helium 10 is the fastest tool, matched with Viral Launch. I don't want to say it's faster than Viral Launch, but those two are at the top of the ladder in terms of speed and just feeling very refined. Overall, on usability, Helium 10 comes in first place with a 9 out of 10. A quick side note here, if you do want to see my video on how to use the Helium 10 black box, that will be in the description below. On to Viral Launch. So I find Viral Launch has the most appealing dashboard of the bunch. The search features are very simple but effective. Here is what the product dashboard actually looks like and what the filters look like. Something else I wanted to point out here is I really like Viral Launch's keyword research as well. In fact, that's my favorite part of their suite of tools. Here is also what their Chrome extension looks like. So again, they have an accompanying Chrome extension which you can open on Amazon anytime by clicking this Chrome icon over here. And Viral Launch comes in second for me here, again with a 9 out of 10. And Jungle Scout. So here's what the dashboard looks like in Jungle Scout for product research. Again, nice, neat filters, good feel. And here is our Chrome extension on Amazon. And something I wanted to point out here, you can also add something called PPL, which is Proven Private Label, onto your Jungle Scout Chrome extension. So basically, you have an extension for your extension. On a slightly less positive side, Jungle Scout is the second slowest tool in my opinion after AmazeOwl, and it does have a couple quirks. For example, here you can't actually close the Chrome extension, so you actually have to click that icon again to make it disappear. And I know that's not a big deal, but if you don't know that, you kind of feel stuck. Like, how do I close this thing once you finish with it? So little things like that, it's not a big deal. Overall, I'm going to give Jungle Scout a 7 out of 10 for usability. And AmazeOwl. So AmazeOwl is totally unique. It's totally different to what any of these other tools look like, and I kind of love that about it. It has like a character about it. It has its quirks. Sometimes it's a bit sluggish, but it's actually the tool that got me into this game. Now, AmazeOwl comes in two versions. You have a web app and you have a desktop app. Now, both will match each other. So if you save a high potential product on one, it will be on the other. But I really recommend you download the desktop app. So you have a clickable little icon on your desktop, on your computer, and that's how you access AmazeOwl. That one they often recommend is much better for updating products, etc. So you can see AmazeOwl here, it looks very different and it does take some getting used to. This is probably going to be confusing if you've never used a tool like this, but once you understand how it works, this is a very, very good tool. Now, one reason people get quite confused about AmazeOwl is that it's very much focused on market evaluation rather than individual product evaluation, which most other tools do. So when you're in the tracked product section of AmazeOwl, then you're looking at the market entirely. So the data presented to you there is actually for that market in its full form, not just for that one individual product. Now, some find that quite confusing, but keep in mind, you're looking to sell in a market. So looking at the market in a lot of instances is actually superior to looking at one individual product. So that's why I still have AmazeOwl in my tool bag, is because it gives you that, which is very unique compared to other tools which don't have that same market-driven approach. There are also a lot of new improvements that AmazeOwl's just released. For example, you can actually search the Amazon platform. As you can see on screen here, you can search the Amazon platform through the desktop app now, which I'm so happy to see. So more is going to be coming on that. I'm actually going to be doing a video dedicated to the new features on AmazeOwl very, very soon. So for user friendliness, I'm sorry, AmazeOwl does come in 4th place here with a 6 out of 10. And I want to emphasize, if you're worried about speed, go with the established plan rather than the growth plan. That's going to give you faster load times. So overall, here are our scores. We have Helium 10 coming in at number 1 with 34 out of 40 or 85%. Then we have Viral Launch, 33 out of 40 or 82.5%. Jungle Scout matching that, also 82.5%. And AmazeOwl coming in 4th position with 31 out of 40 or 77.5%. Who is each tool for? Well, I'd say if you're looking for the lowest cost possible, you don't mind having a separate Chrome extension, you aren't fazed by load speed, and you love in-depth market analysis, then I would say go with AmazeOwl matched with the Helium 10 X-Ray Chrome extension. That's going to work really well for you. Now, if you're looking for access to a large suite of tools, so you want like a one-stop shop under one roof for the lowest possible price, and you don't really mind a few rough edges like I showed you earlier, then I would go with the Jungle Scout and Extension Bundle. That's an excellent option, and for the price point, the amount of features cannot be beaten. Now, if your main need is only product and keyword research, so you don't need all the other peripheral tools, and you enjoy a fully optimized, high speed and well-designed interface, then Viral Launch is probably the tool for you, where you don't need the other tools. And if you're looking for the very best, most comprehensive and optimized set of tools under one roof, a proper one-stop shop, and you're prepared to pay for the best quality, the most refined tools, then Helium 10's Platinum Bundle is going to be that one-stop shop. So overall, based on this info, what do I recommend? Whichever of these interests you based on this info, go sign up for that free trial. Every one of these tools either has a free version or a free trial. Go and do that. You could even do it for pretty much all of them, but I'd say be careful, because if you sign up for all of them at once for the free trials, and you don't use some of them enough within that, say, 14-day trial period, you're going to lose access to doing the free trial again. So just make sure you have time on your side and then test them out, see which one you like, and based on that, you can upgrade to the paid version. Also remember, I do have those links below. You don't have to use them, but if you do, you're going to get a reduced price on those tools again. So definitely, if you are going to pay for them, you may as well use those. It does help the channel. They are affiliate links, but it's no extra cost to you, and you end up saving. So what do I personally use the most? I use Helium 10 the most. That is my one-stop shop for most things. I use their X-Ray Chrome extension very often. I also use the Black Box product database, the Magnet keyword research, which I really enjoy, and then the Scribbles listing builder. I use that frequently as well. Then what I do is I use AmazeOwl for more in-depth market tracking. So once I found a product, then I often use the AmazeOwl system to track that market more accurately and look at the metrics they have, because they have very unique features and data points. If you do choose Helium 10, I've also made individual videos on specific features or specific tools in their suite. So I'll link those in the description for you as well. And so guys, my last tip for really boosting your product research this year is to hit that like button. That's the most important. I hope you enjoyed this. This session did take a bit longer than some of the others with all the data points and measuring of stuff. But if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button for me, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications if you want to be the first to learn and implement as I release new videos. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support, and I hope this helped you. I hope that 2020 is going to be an excellent year for your sales on Amazon. I'll see you in the next video.